Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I haven't worn the Trump hat. Show us the Trump hat. I haven't worn the Trump hat in a while. I am swollen like a pumpkin. Uh, make America great again. Hold on. Let me change this around. Where is it at? Oh, it's right here. There we go. So today I'm supposed to be doing a part. I'm taking it off because I have a special show for him today. I just wanted to wear the hat. Show us the roar. Do the roar. But today I will be doing my homework, and I hope that you guys can join me as I do my homework. It's like I got 45 minutes to my interview. Um, I hope that you guys enjoy. A night, a night. Let's pull it up. All night long, a night, a night, a night, a night. People dancing in the air. Seems like it just don't care. Okay, so now we're gonna go to projects. Hold on. Y'all some sleepy heads, man. I can't talk. I'm a sleepy head too. Share screen. I'm in the background. We're in the money. I shouldn't say that. I'm not in no money. I have no money. I wish I had some money. You sing that song, you get shot. You sing that song going down the street, we're in the money. They'd be like, hey yo, him right there. Okay, let's go to project 2. Hello? Hello? Okay. I'm not going to be reading that much because I don't want my mouth to overwork. So we got to help with your employee engagement roadmap, results from the recent Meet Org organization. Oh my God, I gotta wipe these glasses. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta wipe these glasses off. I can't see shit. All night long, all night, all night, all night, all night. Okay. To help with your employee engagement roadmap, where is my pen? Results from the recent Meet Org organization survey are forwarded to you by one of Karen Sheridan's HR General list. Subject: Meet Org survey results on employment engagement from Beth Haspel. Kevin asked me to send you the results of our recent company assessment. Prior to the rollout of the new strategic plan, Meet Or conducted a company-wide employee engagement survey. Leadership's goals was to develop a clearer picture of the organization's standing as a supportive working environment, and employer of choice. So, leadership goal was to develop a clear picture of the organization's standing as a supportive working environment and employer of choice. We are sharing these survey results with the mid-level managers. The data summarizes the results for your unit and the entire organization. The data supports a need for increased employee morale, engagement, satisfaction, and which are now among this company's strategic goals. You'll need to review this information carefully, looking for patterns and gaps between your unit and organization as a whole. I have to look at my discussion. I got 30 minutes. Ouch. I pinched my thumb. If you ask employees how they feel, let's see. Let's see what the definition of employee moral is. A general attitude composed of the employee's overall satisfaction with their work, their confidence in leadership, and their assessment in the company's ability to meet their professional needs. In simplest sense, morale is the general level of happiness across the organization. For example, would most employees say they look forward to going to work, or that they only survive each workday? Okay, I got the basic definition. Um, I've read that, but let's read it again. Now that you have digested the survey results, you should begin to document and interpret your findings. Note when organizational values don't align with the existing culture of an organization, organizational health suffers. Low employee engagement is a symptom of an unhealthy workplace. What does the survey data tell you about the health of Meet Org? As you study the data, be mindful of the relationship between organizational health and employee morale. Then connect with your colleagues. The survey data discussion to share what you get gleaned from the survey results. I wonder if that's actually learned. How y'all doing, y'all? Follow me at the Kimberly Cloud Show 39 on Facebook to see what I'm doing. Location: Meet Org Discussion Board. Organizer: Office of Strategic Planning. Discussion invite. Survey data. Post your answers to the following questions. Do the trends in the survey score give you a cause for concern given the plan for the future of your unit? Refer to your workforce plan from Project 1. Would you consider Meet Org in its current state to be ethical work? Yes. What do the survey results indicate about your staff's commitment to work? Where is that? Where's that survey results? Here it is. Okay, we got the survey results. I remember seeing this. Okay, meet org succession board. Did I read that? Um, Survey data. Do the trends of the survey give a cause for concern given your plan for the future of the unit? Refer to your workforce plan from Project One. Would you consider me, Oregon, its current state to be ethical work environment? What do the surveys indicate about your staff's commitment to work? As a leader with me, or what, if anything, can you do to influence the future of employees' commitment to work? So, as a leader within Amiga, or what, if anything, can you do to influence the future of employees' commitment to work? Other than the survey, what additional methods might you use to cause employee engagement, connect, discussion? Employee relationships are a critical part of a healthy environment and key to any leadership role. Transformational leaders are able to build and sustain relationships with subordinates that are rooted in trust and shared value. Kevin Sheridan has asked mid-level managers such as yourself to participate in a discussion surrounding the effects of the work environment and leadership culture on employee morale, satisfaction, and engagement. In your previous professional experience, what are some challenges that you run in? How does the actions or behaviors of leaders impact engagement? How did the leaders' culture, what time is it? The leadership culture impact your morale, satisfaction, and engagement? Given what you have learned about the organizational culture and organizational subcultures through an average day at me.org, what factors does me.org contribute to the employee engagement score seen in the results? How can you, as a leader, influence the organizational culture to increase employee engagement? Let's read again the average day. You make it to work typically. You make it to work at your typical 8:35 a.m. Traffic was a little heavy this morning, but you made it safe and sound. You pulled out your badge and presented it to security as you walked in the front doors and head to the elevator. You make it to the fourth floor and step out the newly renovated open floor plan already buzzing with morning calls, conversations, and the hum of a printer. Once you're finally at your desk and checking your email, you notice an announcement from the Vice President of Communications and are reminded of your 10 a.m. staff briefing. You present a new workflow for the collaborative project development to your team and have invited several colleagues to give feedback on the new process design. While you're considering this, you get a call. I know it's early, but I'm going to need you to send over the latest client perspective list you've been working on, says Director Sandra Collins. Based on our projections, we're going to need to begin on those no later than the end of this week. Thanks a lot. Hope the rest of the day goes well for you. She hangs up, and you fumble through your files to find the document to send. You're glad to report that two new nonprofits and three government agencies and corporate conglomerate groups that have reached out to meet org services. After you complete this unexpected request, you make your way down the hall for a cup of coffee. You're greeted by the vice president of annual giving and wish him the best in his upcoming retirement. Yes, I'm looking forward, Vice President Bensworth said. I know a lot of us are leaving the company, but I'm sure that will only lead to the next era of Meet Org. I'm sure some newer staff like yourself will make a great impact here. Looking back, I think the only thing I would have liked to see great is greater perspective on some of our bigger initiatives. It's always better to have a diverse set of minds collaborating. You conclude the conversation and head back to your desk with your coffee. You prep for your 10 a.m. meeting with only minimum interruption, which is good because you don't quite have all the slides together and you want to live up to the meet or principle. There's no excuse for a problem that has time for a solution. That is so true. There's no excuse for a problem that has time for a solution. And you want to make a good impression on your new team. When you make it to the meeting, you see the employees that have been in the company the longest and already in the room, but a few others invited to the meeting are not present yet. Do we have anyone calling to the meeting by phone? You ask. Several of the members shake their hands as they check the meeting invite. With three managers, two associates in the room, you begin your presentation at 10:05. 3 minutes later, the others, associates and two specialists, enter the room. Sorry, one of the associates interrupt. Don't let us take away from the presentation. We'll just grab the meeting notes to catch up. You wonder about the reasons for their tardiness, but proceed with your discussion of the new collaborative approach to project management. Just before you conclude, one of the specialists who had been on her phone looks concerned as she leaves the meeting early. Finally, you ask the others feedback and questions, and soon the meeting concludes. It's 11:30, and you grab an apple from the free fruit bin company supplies every other day. It should go great with the Powerball you bought for lunch. You know that you probably won't have much time for a lunch break today. You get back to your desk to consider circumstances in the meeting and whether to discuss tardiness with the employees involved. You take a few more minutes to clear your inbox of the doge of daily messages generated by MeetOrg web task management system. Unfortunately, you have been subscribed to notifications to several projects outside of your direct supervision, so you often miss important emails that get mixed in. It's noon. You're thinking about lunch when when one of your direct reports come in and asks if you have a few minutes to discuss the quarterly review. The management system for the employee evaluation is multi-FOSS and requires each member to answer 20 questions each quarter about their performance, achievements, and benchmarks. This process is cumbersome and then must be reviewed with a supervisor. However, however difficult it may be, the quarterly checks are the primary informant to promotions and pay increases, so everyone takes them very serious. By 12:45, you finish the chat and then have 15 minutes to eat your apple and snack bar and guzzle a little bit more coffee. I gotta start drinking more water, you think, as you make your way to the next 2 hour meeting. This meeting is with executive management and director of human services resources Kevin Sheridan. The new company initiatives are repeated, and everyone gives a report on their ideas for improving their use of technologies, social media activities, employee moral engagement, and satisfaction. You mentioned how the military is incorporating some of these components into the infrastructure, and everyone seems impressed. Kevin Sheridan challenged you to apply those practices and other best practices in the field of your team's initiatives. As you head back once again to your office, you pass an informal birthday celebration in the open space. You appreciate the spontaneous camaraderie, but it looks like some of the members in the open space seem frustrated by the noise. You wonder if everyone got the memo. You're not sure if you were not invited or lost in your email. Oh, you're not sure if you were not invited or lost in your email. Regardless, you have to get back to your desk for a few minutes to grab your printouts on a new candidate you're interviewing with the committee. Room 3344, 3344. You mutter as you try to find your way through the still unfamiliar hallways. You find it and join the committee. What time is it? 25 more minutes. You notice that the rest of the interview committee is composed of older white men. Although they are some of the best employees you met at Meat.org, you know it's not a good representation of the company, especially after so many older members have retired and new recruits have taken those positions. The candidate, a middle-aged Peruvian woman, arrives and showcases her organizational knowledge and set of skills. You are pretty impressed with her background, but some of the other members on the team insist on a few more interviews. All we've seen thus far are women, says one of the committee members. Looking at your phone, you see it's already past 4 p.m. and you haven't gotten the bulk of your actual work today with all the meetings. At this point, you know you probably have to work until at least 7 p.m. to finish another presentation for tomorrow and complete some of the pending reviews. You also need to remember to request time off for a medical checkup in a few weeks. Meet.org is fairly structured, so it's important to get time off on the calendar. Feeling a little pressured and craving another cup of coffee to keep you going. You make it to your office and find one of the reports waiting for you. Oh, great, you say in frustration. I got a lot to do. Can this wait? Your subordinates, who now notice you've been crying, says, never mind, it can wait, and leaves quickly. You feel bad about the decisions, decide you better follow up with her immediately, so you head towards her cubicle to see if you can patch things up. All in a day's work at me, or do you think feeling the pressure of the presentation getting heavier on your mind? That's a lot of stress. Given what you learned about the organizational culture and organizational subcultures through our average data at me.org, what factors for me.org contributed to the employee engagement scores on the survey results? How can you, as a leader, influence the organization culture to increase employee engagement? Okay. I have another discussion. Hold up. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if I got anything written to me. Let's go down the list. 908. Okay, I haven't. Just in case, I will read. Okay. Upon reflection of my professional experience from the Air Force as a medic, I begin to remember many areas of growth that came from my hard lessons and dedication that turned into some of my greatest achievements. As like I said, future proofs past or hindsight is 2020. That's exactly how I view my professional experiences up to now. Diversity and inclusion have played a role in my growth over the years. Having come from a background geographically with little to no cultural diversity and understanding was noticeable upon joining the force. Being able to learn and respect others from views and ways of life was quick was a quick lesson I learned early in my career, of which I am glad I did. I've made many friends and enjoyed many laughs because of it. The amount of challenges I had to overcome working with different people throughout has given me a broader perspective on what it takes to be a good leader. My first work environment had people from many backgrounds in my leadership at that time made sure we all got to know each other and learn something about our upbringings. This fostered a sense of community within the work environment and allowed for more of a seamless integration. This brings me the importance to strategic relationships. As I learned firsthand working abroad with foreign nationals and having a say as a stakeholder in the medical field. For example, I was tasked with starting telehealth program coordination with Italy and Germany. The amount of work I put into this was quite extensive and did require the workforce that considered the needs of stakeholders involved. This includes patients, doctors, foreign nationals, and more. With a good plan of action in the program, I would not in my eyes, been successful and proof useful for future COVID operations. This program was created and influenced stakeholders both long term and short term most in mostly positive ways. The short term had a few negative effects such as taking money away from other projects, tasking space, as well as taking human resources away at time of need. However, as I stated already, this proved to be a highly positive experience as COVID knocked on our door. The program saved hundreds of thousands of dollars in both hospital costs and patient billing costs. Satisfactory ratings went up drastically once service was being provided and word of mouth got out about this new program. Let's go back to the discussions because it's too late. Um, what time is it? Let me pull out my handy dandy StreamYard and let me check my messages real quick, just in case she doesn't come. If she doesn't come, then I'm gonna continue the actual homework. that I'm doing. So yeah. Okay. I know I got a little bit. I have to start writing more. I don't like that I don't write a lot, and that's going to hurt my grade in this class. So I need to okay. My teacher, I she's right. Let's see what she put. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and perspective on the survey data and its connection with your workforce plan. You're clearly considering the broader implications of employee satisfaction and engagement, which is a strong step in leadership development. I encourage you to delve a bit deeper into the data trends. Yes, while variability isn't always negative, understanding the reasons behind the highs and lows can provide valuable insight. Okay. Your view of Meet Org is stable yet fast paced environment shows awareness of different employee experiences, which is important. It may reflect more critically on whether I don't even know why Frontier Airlines is calling me, emailing me. I will never catch them again, knock on wood. They did have some good candy though. It may help to reflect more critically on whether fast pace contributes to long term satisfaction or might be challenging for retention. Employees getting fired, employees leaving, and morale. Your ideas about transformational leaderships offer incentives in promoting growth are excellent strategies. Consider how you might put these into action more specifically with your set within your section. For example, how could you tailor motivational measures to meet your team's unique needs? Lastly, your openness to additional engagement tools beyond survey is great. Think about methods like one-on-one checkups, check-ins, one-on-one check-ins, stay interviews, or anonymous feedback platforms to keep a real pulse on moral and commitment. Keep asking questions and exploring multiple perspectives. That's what great leaders do. You're on the right path. Okay, let me let me find somebody else to write. I'm gonna write her and somebody else. Okay. They write so much. I just get to the facts. Josh, survey data. Do the trends of the survey scores give you cause for concern in your plan for the? That's what I need to start doing, breaking it down like that. Put the question and then the answer. The pattern observed in the survey scores raised significant concerns regarding my strategic vision for the future of my department. In my workforce action plan, I highlighted several challenges, including diversity issues, particularly within the hiring community. Low morale from minimum engagement, meaning nobody is taking in, nobody is challenging employees or looking at employees as good people, and good employees. Is all negative. And minimum engagement in office activities, difficulties within or with the employee retention Let me read her, cause I don't want to. I have to take y'all off real quick, cause just in case she's writing me now saying she didn't get a link or something. I won't. I should be deleting these junk mail. I get so much junk mail. Um, what is her name? Let's go to Kennedy. She may not come. Where are you at? There you go. Meetings. Let me get her email address and write her. View contact. How did you know? 'Cause I never show. You found out. Where's the link? 7 minutes. Edit. No, that's not what I want to do. Share. No, that's not what I want to do. Invite guests. Okie doke. So I sent that to her. Let's see. Let's read about her again real quick on air settings. Um, Jody is a zealous author and supporter of mental health awareness, known for her sincere storytelling and perseverance. Growing up in Bergenfield, New Jersey, she discovered her love for music early, outshining as a talented trumpet player and vocalist. She earned accolades as a top musician, even recording an album in London, but financial limitations shelved her music career goals. She has a diverse professional journey, includes nearly 2 decades as a school bus driver, during which time she created meaningful connections with students and colleagues. Despite confronting health hindrances and mental fears of a toxic relationship, the author converted her pain into purpose. Her experience enthused her to write Jackal Can't Hide, an autobiography explanation that discovers complications of narcissistic bonds and in the healing journey. The author intends to empower others who have dealt with similar fights. She stresses the significance of her self-love and commitment. As a published author, she continues to inspire readers with her stories of hope and recovery. It shows that in the darkest times, one can regain one's life and find joy again. Joy Lynn Pavik's journey is a testimony to the strength of the human spirit. I read it already, but I read it again. It feels good to read that. What time? What time? 5 more minutes. Let me see if she's online. Even if she doesn't come, it's okay. Because I got like 5 other people lined up. I'm not saying that she's a bad person either. I'm just saying that I have other people lined up. And maybe she got busy or something. So I have I haven't seen that in a while. That looked like the monster from Word Munchers. That looked like the monster from Word Munchers. Like da 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 do 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 do. Wait, hold on. Yeah, it looked like he's a number from Word Munchers. Um, so I'm waiting on her. Sometimes you have to give them a couple of minutes. Let me see if I can write her again. Give them like 5 minutes past the hour. And if she doesn't show up, what we're going to do is the discussion and look for more people on Matchmaker. And no, number two is make their banners. Okay. So I'm just waiting on her. My face is swollen, y'all. I can tell it's like super swollen. Especially when I blow my nose. Like it's swollen up in here. And it's numb. It's numb. So yeah, I'm like, what the hell? What the hell did the doctor give me? No, he was a nice doctor. He came in, he was staring at me. I was like, what you looking at? And I had no, you know, I was just, you know, out of it a little bit. But he was just staring at me. I was like, what you staring at? And yeah, it was pretty cool, man. I was like, why you staring at me? And he was like, because I don't know. Great doctor. Great doctor. Great doctor. So I can't eat no hard food for 3 months. 3 months, y'all. 3 months. That's a long time. Okay, 9:29. I don't think she's gonna make it. I'll wait until 9:30, 34. Maybe she forgot. Let me write her and tell her I'm online. You'll never find blum 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 a hairline like mine. Hold on. Oh man. I gotta delete all my junk mail messages. Come on. Come on. Okay. So now that I deleted it, I compose. It's 9:30 on the dot. No, that's not what I want. Where's Calendar again? Tell her to reschedule. I'm not gonna wait till 9:34. Okay. Let's see. Reschedule. And let me do this. Go back to Calendar and cancel. She'll get the message. You gotta feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie. Share that beat of joy. I wanna rock with you all night. Okay, okay. Let's reschedule. Okay, I rescheduled that. Now let's go back to my homework. Let's go back to the discussion. And then I'm gonna make the people banners. I actually saw somebody. I'll wait for that. Okay. So I saw somebody that wanted to reschedule too. So let me shut down her studio. It's gonna make me mad if they come on and say, I was on here and it you don't know how many times that has happened where I shut down the studio and then they come on and then they be like, I was on here and it's like 10 minutes later. At 1:15, yeah, now I gotta do her banner over at 1:15. Hold on. 10, 11, 12. Is that 1:15 p.m. Eastern or Pacific? Let me make her banner over. I knew that was going to come. Ah, come on. How do you do this? Oh, add to contacts. Look her up real quick. She is pretty. Very pretty. I can't wait to start wearing dresses like that. Ah, come on. Let me see something. Ah, okay. I got her back up. I don't have to go through all that. Let's go back. Okay. Do the trends in the survey scores give you a cause for concern in your plan for the future of your section, referring to your workforce plan from Project 1? The patterns observed in the survey scores raise significant concerns regarding my strategic vision for the future of my department. In my workforce action plan, I highlighted several challenges, including diversity issues, particularly with hiring within the hiring community, low morale from minimum engagement in office activities, difficulties with employee retention, and team members occupying positions that do not align with their skills or educational background. Additionally, there are complications related to employee evaluations and web-based task management systems. After reviewing the survey results, I observed the following when compared to the issues I observed. Hold on, y'all. I have to make sure. Hold on. If she write me back, I'll see it when it comes in. Okay. Here we go. Josh. Here. No. Here we go. Okay. After reviewing the survey results, I observed the following when compared to the issue I observed from the workforce plan. Diversity. Organizational. Okay, she wrote me back. Hold on, y'all. Um, Let me refresh. Okay. She wants to reschedule. Okay. I did it. Okay. Diversity. Policies promote diversity and inclusion. Scored higher within my team, approximately 8% than me org as a whole. I have to look at that paperwork. Where are you at? It's right here. Scheduling employee reviews will provide feedback in areas of improvement which will impact employee satisfaction. Team members from unsuitable roles. I am giving a chance to improve my skills score lower for my team than the company. This is, I am given a chance to improve my skills score lower for my team than the company. This is concerning, but I have developed a plan for tuition assistance to encourage personal development, also benefiting the company. Employee reviews. Employees are recognized when they do a good job, scored 27% higher. Employees are recognized when they do a good job. Employees are recognized when they do a good job. Okay. But the company as a whole is very concerning at 40.9. As I mentioned previously, scheduled employee reviews where management set aside time dedicated to employee feedback could dramatically impact the positive percentage. Technology. Workforce balance is encouraged. Score higher within my team, but below 50 for the company. If the web task manager system is updated and employees only receive emails pertaining to their projects without missing out on critical information buried within their projects, employees could be more effective and efficient in completing their projects, allowing for less time at work. Would you consider me org in its current state to be ethical work environment? What do the survey's results indicate about your staff commitment to work? Company-wide favoritism scored 37.3. My supervisor treats me with respect scored at 55. Reporting violations without fear of retaliation is at 43.9. I think ethical work environment at me.org has some serious issues that can be addressed with focus groups and generate ideas for improvement in those areas and training, both internal and external. Okay, okay, okay. As a leader within me org, what, if anything, can you do to influence the future of employees' commitment to work other than the survey? What additional methods might you use to gauge employment engagement with me org in your section? I can foster employee commitment to their work by demonstrating a sincere interest in the development of each member of my team. By arranging regular reviews, I dedicate time to offer guidance, mentorship, and support for individual growth, which is highly valued by employees. I can publicly acknowledge accomplishments. I can engage in office events by exhibiting my dedication to the team. I can also listen attentively when employees express grievances and show that I am devoted to addressing their issues. Overall, I feel the results of the survey reinforce my observations and issues identified in the Workforce Action Plan. I am very concerned with the morale and job satisfaction. Employee review feedback and recognition would solve a majority of the low percentage observed with results. I highly recommend completing this survey on a semi-annual basis, and developing focus groups would be an effective way to analyze what areas need more attention for improvement. With or Where is it at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? Employee morale. Thank you for your thoughtful reflections and vulnerability for sharing your past experience. It's clear you've learned a great deal about the impact leadership can have on morale and engagement. You highlighted a critical issue. When leaders are disengaged or biased in their support, it can make employees feel isolated or undervalued, which understandably affects job satisfaction and willingness to engage. Your insight to meet or culture is encouraging. You recognize the importance of fair practices, positive environments, and basic workplace needs like breaks and structure and fostering productivity. I appreciate your focus on transformational leadership and open communication. These are also powerful tools for boosting morale and engagement. Yes, your suggestion to offer the classes and structure activities is also excellent as it shows commitment to both personal and professional growth for employees. Moving forward, consider how your personal experience can shape your leadership style. Okay. Being the kind leader that you once needed, empathetic, communicative, and proactive, you can influence organizational culture in a deeply positive way. Great job trying tying personal experience to course concepts while also offering realistic solutions for improving workforce or workplace engagement. Keep exploring how leaders' choice ripple through an organization and continue growing your voice as a future leader. My personal experience can shape my leadership style by being very open-minded to people that that have been through the same thing I've been through. I want the my employees to trust me, but res- respect me also. I want them to have trust that if they have an issue, they will be able to take care of the issue. Okay. What else I got to do for my projects? Where am I at? I didn't even look at the video. Or did I? Let's see. Are we on step 6? Nope, we're not. Um, Hello, Karen. Kevin, this is Kevin Sheridan. It's good to see management coming together to discuss critical issues rather than insulating ourselves in silos. Hold on. Yeah, that's true. I wanted to ask you to consider a few additional questions regarding our recent assessment. Given the survey results, how cultural competence support employee engagement? Where do you see a lack of cultural competence? What do you what bias do you see that run counter to an inclusive work environment where people welcome you? So an inclusive work environment. I like to see you demonstrate a solution oriented approach by recommending ways that mid-level managers can effectively work and interact across diverse cultures. What are some communication strategies you can employ to meet the needs of a culturally diverse work environment? These answers will help us frame our employee satisfaction roadmap. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Okay, I'm gonna do this tomorrow on Saturday. Based on your learning and discussion in the previous steps, create an employment engagement analysis. This analysis should include the examination of meet org leadership culture, including the recommendations for increasing engagement through cultural competence. Be sure to refer back to the survey results. Mm, okay, so, let's go ahead and file new document. I didn't mean to do that. File open reasoning. Where are you at? That's not what I want. Where did it go? Oh my God. Oh my God. Where is it at? Oh my God. Okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to do this. Let me do it like this. Because that should be deleted. Open. I got a lot of work to delete. Cultural competence is a set of congruent behaviors, attitudes, and policies that enable a system, agency, or groups of professionals to function effectively. Five essential elements contribute to organization's ability to become more culturally competent. Valuing diversity, having the capacity for cultural assessment, being conscious of the dynamics inherent when cultures interact, having institutionalized cultural knowledge, having adaptations to service delivery that reflect an understanding of cultural diversity. These five elements should be manifested at every level of an organization, including policy making, administration, and practice. Furthermore, they should reflect attitudes, structures, policies, and services. It is important to prepare yourself for adapt to diverse environments. Cultural competency can be defined as the ability to recognize and adapt to cultural differences and similarities. It involves the cultivation of deep cultural self awareness, understanding how one's own beliefs, values, perceptions, interpretations, judgments, and behavior are influenced by one's cultural community or communities, and B, increase culture, other understanding, comprehension of different ways people from other cultures make sense of and respond to the presence of cultural differences. In other words, cultural competency requires you to be aware of your own cultural practices, values, experiences, and to be able to reinterpret and respond to those of others. This awareness will help you successfully navigate the cultural differences you will encounter. Cultural competency is critical to working and building relationships with people of different cultures. So it's critical, in fact, it is now one of the most highly desired skills in the modern workforce. Cultural intelligence, sometimes called cultural quotient, is a person's ability to understand and communicate effectively with people from other cultures. It is your ability not only to recognize cultural differences through knowledge and mindfulness, but also your ability to develop productive cross cultural relationships. Mindfulness is being conscious or aware of something. Having cultural intelligence is possessing a repertoire of understanding, motivation, and skills that enables you to move in and out of many different cultural contexts. Globalization and cultural diversity within communities, including workplace communities, responsibility offer opportunities to meet and interact with people from many cultural backgrounds with their own customs and perspectives. Being culturally quotient helps one function effectively in the various cultural contexts encountered in the modern world. Keep this up. At the survey. How did that pop up? Where are you at? Oh, I'm going to put this in. They didn't say how many words. Or nothing. Based on your learning and discussion, okay, based on your learning and discussion in the previous steps, create an employee engagement analysis. This analysis should include an examination of me org's cultural leadership culture. Me org leadership culture is a functional structure fast pace skill. Okay. New York's leadership culture is a functional, structured, fast paced culture. From the time the clock hits. Where's me.org? I have to go back. Baby, come back. Where you at? Where's me.org? I know what it's about. Basically, basically a guy who goes through a lot of stress, going from meeting to meeting, and having surprise meetings happen. And yeah, they have surprise meetings happen. They have meetings going on. People are coming in late to the meetings that he has, and he wants to reprimand them from. And then he gets stressed out at the end. And yeah, there we go. So we got an average day. I mean, uh, okay, functional, structured, and fast paced. When the clock hits 8:35, the person now who talk red about yes. They goes into the building and they get prepared for meetings. Their leadership culture. Sure. I already said what their leadership culture. They have back to back meetings, and it can be stressful at some sometimes. I suggest or recommend that. Oh, and I have to look at the. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Ah, I left. Ah, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Oh. Hello? Hold on. Hello?
Hi, good morning, Miss Cloud.
Good morning. Oh, yes. Mike, I will be there at let's see, 12 o'clock, or if not earlier.
How's your mouth feeling?
It feels pretty good, but I'm swollen.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, are you sure you're up to coming in today?
Yeah. I'm up to coming in today.
All right. All right. Good. I feel bad, but I guess it'll be just a good distraction to get out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Um. All right.
I'm
Well,
on my
good.
way now, matter of fact.
You what?
I'm on my way now.
Yeah. Good. All right. Well, I'm here. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Be safe.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Hi, Quasar Foods Vlog. Hello. Hi. Um, So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get off of here because I have an appointment. But I am swollen. I am swollen like crap. But I have an appointment and we'll get back on and we'll do this segment. I wasn't supposed to do this. So I'm gonna keep it like it is. And when I get back on here, guess what time it is? It's Trump time. Make America great again. Yes. I have to stand up and say that. Make America great again. So take care, y'all. Be safe. And I'll see y'all another time, like later on today. Bye.
Never waste my time, you all I want.